Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. Before we begin, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know Ryan Seacrest, the smiling face of American television, the voice of 1,000 radio stations, the man who seems to exist in a permanent state of effortless, youthful energy. A human machine built for perpetual motion. But what if I told you that the perfect smile was hiding a secret pain? A silent, invisible crisis that brought this unstoppable force to his knees, right in front of millions of people. This isn't just a story about a celebrity having a bad day. This is a story about the devastating price of perfection, the near collapse of an empire, and the surprising, fierce loyalty of one friend who refused to let him fade away. It was the American Idol finale of 2020. A night of triumph, a coronation of a new star. But while the cameras were rolling, something went terrifyingly wrong with the host. His words slurred. His right eye began to twitch, then droop. In that moment, the entire world saw the first public crack in the Seacrest facade. Backstage, the crisis was even worse. And the clock was ticking down to a terrifying diagnosis that could have ended his career and threatened his life. What happened next is a masterclass in friendship that will leave you absolutely breathless. To understand the danger Ryan was in, we have to look behind the curtain of his lifestyle. We, the audience, saw the charm and the relentless work ethic. But his schedule wasn't a schedule, it was a cage. He was simultaneously hosting a national daytime talk show, running a top-rated syndicated radio show, producing a string of reality hits, and hosting American Idol. You know what that means? Waking up at 4:30 a.m., running until midnight, and repeating that cycle every single day for years. He even joked once that his favorite thing to do was sleep. That wasn't a joke, it was a desperate cry for help disguised as a punchline. His friends, and especially his work wife, Ripa, were seeing the warning signs long before we did. Imagine watching a beloved friend slowly, systematically dismantling their own health in the name of success. Ryan was a high-functioning addict, addicted to work. He believed the old Hollywood mantra, the show must go on. The world celebrated his ambition, but behind closed doors, his body was sending out distress signals that only one person truly understood. But even Kelly couldn't have known how close he was to a complete and catastrophic shutdown. Our 60 to 65-year-old audience in the USA knows this feeling, the quiet exhaustion you push through. The low-grade headache you treat with coffee. For Ryan, the alarms started small, the kind of things we all ignore. Memory lapses, forgetting a name or a cue he'd known for years. A constant, heavy fatigue that a shot of espresso couldn't touch. And then came the physical manifestations that are so common in severe stress. Headaches that became migraines. A persistent, painful tension in his neck and shoulders that Tylenol couldn't touch. These weren't signs of just being busy. They were the final, frantic warnings from a body that had hit its limit. In that Idol finale moment, it wasn't just a physical twitch. The years of non-stop, high-stress, high-adrenaline work had pushed his nervous system into a state of continuous emergency. Doctors have a term for it, sympathetic dominance. His body was constantly producing the stress hormone, cortisol. That slurring, that drooping eye? It was a classic, frightening sign that the electrical wiring in his brain, the part that controls speech and motor function, was critically overloaded. It was a mini-stroke warning. And when the broadcast ended, the silence in his dressing room was deafening. He was alone. Or so he thought. This is where the story pivots from crisis to a profound testament to true friendship. Ripa, his co-host, his confidant, his biggest cheerleader, and his fiercest critic, wasn't just observing. She was planning. For weeks, she had been gently, then aggressively, urging him to slow down. She had seen the sunken eyes in the makeup chair, the shaky hands holding the cue cards. But after the Idol finale scare, the gentleness was over. Kelly didn't call his manager. She didn't call a publicist. She called a doctor. A top specialist. And then she called Ryan. Her message wasn't a question, it was an ultimatum, delivered with that patented Kelly Ripa blend of tough love and deep affection. "You are scaring me," she told him. "You look frightening. You are not well. You are going to